Dudes and dudettes of YouTube land, it's Frank with What's the Point EDC, and today it's new knife day. Wow! Look at that. Spyderco Para Military 2, aka PM2 for you. I believe this is actually a Blade HQ exclusive with the M4 steel and JG10 scales. I don't know. If anybody else knows, put it in the comments, but I've been told that it is a Blade HQ exclusive. I've never seen one in M4 steel before, so I mean, hey, maybe it is an exclusive. I don't know much about Spydercos yet. I'm just getting into the whole Spyderco thing, and I'm kind of digging them. There's only a couple things I don't like about Spyderco, and my main gripe is this ridiculous clip that they got right there with that lip that's just saying, "Get me caught on everything." But other than that, I mean, good knives. I mean, good ergos. Good edge geometry, spot on heat treatment every time, no questions asked. HRC is going to be smack on where it needs to be. It's got a good 50-50 choil, good bearings. It's got the compression lock, so it's a very ambidextrous knife. So lefties, you don't have nothing to fear. This knife is for you, possibly. I just like it. It's got a good look to it. It looks very utilitarian. There's not a whole lot of bling and blow to it, but there's a lot of EDC and use to this thing. And that's one thing I do respect about this knife, is that it may not be the best looking knife. It may not have all the bells and whistles, but it's got everything it needs to be a good user. And that's what a lot of people are looking for in a Spyderco knife, is the users. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe that Spyderco has several different like higher end models, you know. Things with like good titanium scales with some milling, and you know, like the Spidey shaft, maybe the Spy Opera, I don't know, what do you call it, Spy Opera, I think. You know, I know there's a few of them out there, but yeah, these are just like no frills, get some work done, and look decent doing it. And you can be fidgety with them too, because I'll be danged if the action ain't on point with this. You get deployments every which way you want it to. It's just a solid knife. I mean, it really is. The bearings are smooth. Now, when I got this knife, this knife belongs to a friend of mine. I got this knife and it was filthy. I mean, completely filthy. I mean, the insides of it was incredible. In fact, now you can actually see that it's skeletonized in there. Beforehand, you couldn't tell because of how bad it was. I mean, it was so bad. And the action was non-existent. You couldn't do any of this right here. There was no spinger. There was no spinger flicking. You know what I mean? There was no spinger flicking, guys. No, there was no Spidey flick. There was no thumb flick. Only thing you could do with it was literally slow roll it. And the sound that it made was so cringe. I mean, it's like dragging nails across the chalkboard for some people. That's how it sounded to me. I was like, oh, hell no. I can't do this. This has got to go. But, now you guys see the action is on point. Pretty much all I did was take some KPL after I cleaned it up real good. KPL'd it, and after a little bit of time of deploying it and closing it, just fidgeting with it, this is what you got. I'm going to tell you what did happen though. So on the compression lock, on the lock face, it got oil on it. So I called a friend of mine up, and he told me how to fix that problem. He said, first what you do is you wipe it down, or you can spray it off. So I hooked up the air compressor and took the nozzle and blew it off, okay? And, man, worked like a champ. Sure did. He also told me, if necessary, I could put some, what do you call it, some lead from a pencil on there. But I didn't even have to do that. As you guys can see, there's no more lock stick, so that's not an issue. You guys see how it's acting. No lock stick. It's just as easy to push in as ever. You guys see, I'll do it like this. Down you go. So it's drop shut. It's fire. It's got a very good point, so you're going to be able to pierce. You know, it's a very well-rounded knife. I'm glad to have this right here in the rotation for right now. I'm glad that I can have fun with this, EDC this, fidget this, and get to learn a little bit more about Spyderco knives. Now, as you guys have been told in another video or two of mine, I was a Spyderco absolute hater. I no longer hate Spyderco. Actually, in fact, it's the opposite. I kind of respect them because I see the quality. You know, these aren't for everybody. I can tell you that right now. It's a look that not everybody's going to really like. And that's okay, because the knife world's got so many different knives and different companies that there's something for everybody. So it's awesome. Now, there's one thing I want to say is, if the pocket clip is that bad and that's what's stopping you from getting a Spyderco, just go ahead and get you an aftermarket one. Spend a couple bucks and get you an aftermarket one, because if you like the knife enough that you spent the money on it, and don't say, well, I mean, I shouldn't have to buy another pocket clip. Well, think about this. When you got your pickup truck, you put tents on the windows. You changed your tires. You changed your exhaust system. You changed your wheels. You put a stereo system in it. You did something to it. There's no difference in doing this or upgrading on the motorcycle, upgrading on your pew-pews. There's no difference. You like the truck or whatever that object is, but you just wanted something different in certain areas. So if it's just a pocket clip that's your issue, I'm going to go ahead and suggest you go ahead and get an aftermarket one, because there's so many companies that make fire clips for these. You got titanium ones. You got there's probably even like Timascus ones and stuff. I'm telling you guys, there's Mokatai, whatever you want to call it. There's Oil Slick, all that good stuff. I know I've seen them. I'm pretty sure I have. I haven't done a whole lot of researching on Spyderco knives, but I'll tell you guys what. I do want to get a smock. I do want to get a Yo Jimbo, and I definitely want to get a Shaman. And oh yeah, and the Ronin, and the Ronin is on the way to my local knife shop, and once it gets there, I'll see what I can do and grab that bad boy. But expect to see more of this knife. I don't know how long I'll have it, but I'll put out at least another video too or on it. You know, get a new edge put on it, and then I'll do some cuts or something like that with it, and to see what it's working with. I'm really liking this knife. The JG10 is a little bit textured, so it just adds just a tad little bit of grip. You guys can see the jimping right here on the spine of the blade and on the liners right here. For the 50/50 choy, you can see that there's good jimping right here as well. Very effective jimping. Good hard working jimping. You're not going to have to worry about sweaty hands with this knife. You're good to go. So, if you like what you see here at What's the Point EDC and you're enjoying the vibes, because you guys know I'm bringing you guys sharp knives and good vibes anytime I can. If you enjoy this, do all the YouTube stuff, hit all them buttons, share the videos, get the comments, because it all really does help the channel. It helps build the channel, and it helps push the channel out for more people to see the content. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to build this thing. If you're an addict, never quit quitting. Stay strong and live long. Get the help you truly deserve so you can live your best life. And if you're struggling with bad thoughts, reach out and talk to somebody. It is okay to talk. Never quit quitting and never give up. I'll keep bringing you guys sharp knives and good vibes as long as you guys keep watching. Take it easy and stay greasy.